I hit the live.
Yeah, no, yeah, go ahead live because I
You're still too loud for me.
Okay.
Whoa, how is that so loud? I don't understand. Is the whole thing too loud?
Maybe.
Hi. Do you still hear me okay?
That's better, but can you hear me, Vern?
But I want to make sure that I can actually hear me in the, recording.
If I can hear you this clearly, I have a feeling you will.
Okay.
Is this guy? Oh,
Here,
yeah,
listen.
yeah. And then let's make sure that this guy, where's the little list?
But you can go ahead and go live because it's going to take a while for the link to show up.
USB
I already
input.
did.
Oh, you did? Okay, hey, all right.
Aha.
We're doing our pre-show here. Hello.
Check. Cool, okay.
Getting all the things signed up
just me?
here.
No, it's not just you, but it's also really hot going
I
there.
hope you can hear me.
Oh, everyone can hear you, Vern. Don't you worry. You're pretty.
And then bro's like,
about it.
we don't hear you anymore. So now I can hear me at all. I can't hear you naturally.
Nope. Well, we got nothing.
Okay, now you got nothing. Okay, how
I
about that?
got
Nothing.
baby. A little bit.
I can't hear
a
Ashley.
little bit, a little bit, a little-
There's Ashley.
There I am.
There you go. That sounds good.
There I am.
Okay, I'll do
Oh,
my.
there you are, Peter.
I will do my best to
There
be
you are,
very,
Peter.
very quiet while we do this show here. I'll talk the whole day like this. Hello, everybody. We're here for some Insane Show. We're going to talk about movies.
You were like, what's wrong with Vern?
It's going to be good times. We're glad it will be.
I promise.
We're gonna
I promise. But what about this? It says voice mode or audio monitoring.
we're just getting our sound thing set up right now.
What's that?
Voice mode, audio monitor. No, that's good. That's
Okay.
good. That's good. But those levels look better. Check.
Oh,
Say
oh,
Christ in
jeez.
Holy hell and fucking
My balls.
and a handbag.
Scared the balls right off me, you guys. I'm
Okay,
a chick
sorry.
now.
So is this good or bad right now?
I think it's good.
Let's do a check 1, 2.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Check, check.
Checkity check check Chinese checkers.
Chicken in China, the Chinese chicken.
You have a drumstick and your brain starts sticking?
Watching that fall with the lights on.
In a maison? You know, the smoking man's in this,
This
one.
one.
Alright,
Don't ask me to do the rest of that song because I'm not
Like-
gonna have the idea.
Like Harrison Ford, I'm getting
frantic.
frantic. Like Sting, I'm tantric.
You know,
Snickers
actually,
guaranteed to satisfy.
I actually saw the movie Frantic with Harrison Ford.
That's a movie?
Yes, a movie. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He is. Yeah, he plays a guy that goes to on a vacation with his wife.
And he goes frantic.
No, but then his wife goes missing.
Oh.
It's very much like Taken, just not with all the daughters. Like the wife becomes missing, and he wants to find out more about where she is, and she gets involved like this weird like Russian cult sex crime
Of course
ring.
it's the Russians.
You know, fucking weird shit. All right, give me 1 second here. I'm just
The
trying
Ruskies.
to Ruskies. All right, I'm just trying to post links here so we can have everybody know where
You
the hell
get a
we are.
link. You get a link. You get a link. We all get links.
We all get links. All right, here I just gotta post on here.
To pull an
are
Oprah.
live
Oh,
now
shit, you guys.
as we get our show.
Let me tuck my
No,
loose
wait,
skin
no.
back behind me, so
You-
give myself a youthful
Youth-
facelift.
Youthful
with these-
glow.
Yeah, I do this, Vern. Look,
That's it,
I
that's
just
it.
tucked my extra skin back in the headphones. It's like it's like a little facelift.
Beauty tips from Ashley here, folks. You're gonna do this shit for free.
That's right.
You know?
Oh, you can also use, some Scotch tape and a string.
Damn. It's like, was it one thing? Was like everything uses like duct tape.
Oh, for your boobs.
Hey,
It is to hold your boobs up if you're wearing it like a backless dress.
hey,
I mean, they make stuff now, but tape is way cheaper.
shout out to our friend Mary. Remember Mary? She had the duct tape shirt
Oh yeah.
back. Yeah, she did. Yeah, duct tape bustier.
Yeah.
That was
It
yeah.
was kind of cool back then. Making
Was.
stuff out of duct tape.
I know.
My kids liked to make wallets
From-
out of duct tape.
From there, I thought
But
that
they have a competition every year to make a prom dress and a tux.
duct tape.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Well, goddamn.
Pretty cool.
You know, when my friend put duct tape, on her chest, I thought she would put duct tape. I'm like, that's gonna hurt. She's like, yeah. He's like, no, Vern, I'm not gonna put fucking duct tape on my tits and just
Nipples.
rip them off my nipples. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you have a little
Say don't-
padding,
Huh.
a little buffer.
Well, if you want me to do that for you, I mean, I'll try to rip stuff off your
I've
nipples.
gone twice and we just started.
Okay, here, I'm supposed to there now. Here, so our group can see
I'm
us.
tired.
Okay,
It's gonna be a short show today,
We
babes.
are live now. Okay.
Are
All right. So, come on.
Are we live now?
Well, we've been live for a little bit. Let me go to our YouTube and see.
Vern.
Oh, hi everybody.
Hey.
We are
Look at your camera,
we are
right?
live here
Ah.
for Cinema Recall Podcast with me, the Vern, and our wonderful producer co-host
Hi.
Ashley
Hey.
Olmurak.
That's me.
How you doing,
Hey
kiddo?
guys, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
How
good
are you
to
doing
hear.
today?
Well, funny story. While at work, I had a Jerry Lewis moment
Oh no.
because I load the truck and then I put stuff out on the floor, and we had to do an aisle full of like pickle jars.
Oh.
And I was trying to move a section of pickles, and then one jar fell. And then I was trying to move something else, and then another jar fell.
Oh shit.
And then my elbow hit something, and then another jar fell. And it's just like this whole domino effect. I was moving
Oh.
one bottle, and then one thing fell, and I went to go grab something else, and nothing fell.
Poor
And I tried to back up out of the way, so don't break anything more, and then two more fell.
Oh my gosh.
It was just crash,
Fantastic.
crash, just
They're
everywhere.
like, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, that's how you're fired for sure. Like, well, it's nice
That's
having you.
$20 worth of pickles.
Yep.
You're done.
I was like, ah,
That broke them.
that was dumb.
That broke Cub Foods.
Oh, that was my fun, insane plan
Oh my gosh.
for their. Hey, we got Chris Ball and we got Vivian the Kid joining us.
Hey,
Thank you
guys.
very much for joining the show, everyone. So our main topic today is going to be talking about movies that we wish had sequels but
Yep.
never got one. We got a couple of things to announce before I get into that.
Oh, yeah.
A couple little housekeeping things that I actually had to write down here myself.
There was a lot.
So right now, we are actually part of Full Swap Radio. You can find our podcast everywhere, like on Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. But we signed up for a radio network called Full Swap Radio. Big shout out to Nikki from Dear Nikki. Full Swap Radio is a kink and fetish podcast site. Thinking shows about alternative adult lifestyles and everything
yeah.
from like fetish wear and dominatrix, and they have a podcast about cock holding, just everything you want
Interesting, yeah.
in the
Interesting stuff.
fetish world. And
Oh.
we're available on a thing called Vanilla Sundays.
Yes, because we are very vanilla.
Yes, we're very
In
we're-
comparison, we're very vanilla.
it's our church show that they have for Sundays,
right.
basically. So, big shout out. You can go to fullswapradio.com to hear those episodes. So, right now, if you're listening to Full Swap Radio, our last episode there had Lisa Leahy from Rabbit Hole Podcast. And shout out to Lisa. That was a great episode. I really loved having her on the
yeah,
show.
she's great.
So definitely go there. As always, we are offering a contest right now over on our Buy Me a Coffee page.
Absolutely.
Buymeacoffee.com/$3 entry fee, and you have a chance to win either 2 months of the Criterion Channel or a free copy, 4K Blu-ray copy of Spider-Man No Way Home, and you got a choice to own either one of those. And right
Those are
now,
great.
we also have a sponsor.
We have a sponsor.
We have an affiliate sponsor right now. It's
Woo!
ExpressVPN.
Nice.
ExpressVPN.com/CinemaRecallPod. Get 3 months free for the services. We'll go into more of that a little bit later on. But yeah, just definitely very excited to have that with us. And also, we had a thing happening on Sundays, which I'm
Oh.
very excited about.
yes.
We actually had the Oscar nominations.
Ooh,
And a lot of like things happened during the Oscars, which I'm going to bring up right now because I've got the power of the internet. Did you watch the Oscars?
I didn't.
You didn't. Neither did
No.
I.
I was probably. I don't know what I definitely wasn't watching the Oscars, but I looked down at my phone,
Oh no, we'll get into
and
that.
that's the only reason I even got brought to looking at any videos of the Oscars.
Okay.
To be honest.
So honestly, I was watching some of the Oscar-winning movies that night.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched West Side Story
Okay.
again, which I actually really liked that version, and then I saw The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
How did you like that one?
Eyes of Tammy Faye was good.
Okay.
It wasn't great, but it was damn good.
I I tried to watch Mitchell versus the Machine.
Yeah.
I couldn't get through it.
Okay.
I just couldn't get into it.
Okay, that's fair.
But I mean, I was like, and I like kids movies.
It's cute.
Yeah, but
it's
I don't
fine.
know.
I watched I've seen the Mitchell versus the Machines.
Yeah.
And it's a fun movie. But I don't know if I would call it great.
Right.
It's fun. It's passable first time. So here we go. Here are some of the winners and nominees that won this year. So we got Coda won for Best Picture.
Yes, I was super excited about that.
Which looks really cool. It's about a woman who can hear, and her family is deaf. She wants to go to a music school.
Yep.
And she's torn between staying with the family, helping them out, or going to this music school.
Yep.
I want to see this.
I want to see it too. I think I'll probably watch it today or tomorrow.
But it's on Apple.
I'll
Apple
pay
TV.
$8 for this month to watch it.
I don't have. I can't get Apple TV because I need to have a username for Apple. I don't want to give them an Apple
Oh.
name. I just want to just rent the movie.
Oh, well then,
Can I just rent the movie?
oh, maybe I'll come over. We can watch it.
Yeah,
Because I have an Apple ID.
you do.
Because I have Apple products.
Oh, we
That's how
should
they get you.
see. And I'm sure the weird thing too is I had an Apple ID at one point because I have a whole bunch of movies saved on Apple. Because we used to have Apple. I used to like rent movies,
Yeah.
and now I can't. I'm an Amazon user, and I've got the
know.
Amazon phone, and it's now like fuck you, now fucking
Yeah,
you
they're
betrayer.
like, no. Yeah, you are a betrayer.
So-
How dare you?
I want to see that. Jessica
Yeah,
Chastain won for Best Actress. Billie Eilish won for No Time to Die, Best Song.
Oh, she did? Good for her.
Encanto won for Best Animated Feature.
Encanto.
Jane Campion won for The Power of the Dog. Drive My Car won for Best International Feature. Ariana DeBose won for Best Supporting Actor for West Side Story.
Nice.
Troy Koster won for Best Supporting Actor for Coda. And Summer of Sam won for Best Documentary Feature.
Is that supposed to be
No,
like...
that's Summer of Soul.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Summer of Soul.
Like, is that
sorry.
some movie about
Summer
the
of
son of Sam?
Yeah, it was
and
Summer
there's,
of
like,
Sam.
some murder?
Right, Summer of
Like, I
Sam
haven't
was
heard of this.
was the old Spike Lee joint. I'm so sorry.
Spike Lee.
Yeah. Summer of Soul is a documentary about a music festival that happened probably like around the same time as like Woodstock.
Yeah.
But this one features a lot of great black musicians.
Oh,
and
sweet. Okay.
it's on Hulu right now. I got to see it in theaters. It is fantastic. Questlove produced it. It's just a fantastic feature, and I'm definitely excited to watch that one again because there's like a lot of great musical acts. And then also we had Mr. Will Smith won for Best Actor
Yeah.
for the film The King Richard. I did see that. King
And
Richard.
I haven't seen that either.
That's very good.
I heard it's great.
know?
Yeah.
But despite all these things that have happened with the Oscars and all the great things that have happened,
Yes.
apparently no one cares about the winners.
No.
The
we
news,
don't.
the news didn't talk about Coda winning and how Coda was like this movie that shows the representation of
Yeah.
deaf people very well.
Yeah.
All right, none of that. I
No.
think even the
all
guy
of,
who,
like, all of the women
yeah.
and the people of color who won.
Well, I think the guy, the Troy Koster, who won for Best Supporting Actor, I believe he's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
really deaf.
Yes, he is.
And he won it for Best Supporting Actor,
Yes.
and that's a huge thing.
Yes.
The way this film gave back to the deaf community.
Yep.
But no,
No.
we got the slap that was heard around the world, as you said.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. That's all anybody really wants to talk about.
So if you don't know, Ashley, tell what happened at the
Oh,
Oscars.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you know, unless you live under a rock, but Chris Rock made a joke at Jada Pinkett's expense about her hair. I guess she has alopecia, which
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't aware of. I only read that shortly after I saw the altercation about G.I. Jane. And then Will Smith promptly got up, walked up on stage, slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, and walked back to his seat saying, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
And to the shock of the pretty much entire audience.
Yeah.
Which I can
Hey.
imagine would be like super shocking.
You know what I was more shocked about, more than the hit? The fact that Chris Rock just stood his ground there. He took that hit like a champ.
He did, yeah.
He was strong.
Actually, I kind of heard that, like, I mean, I've heard a few things like, oh, it was staged because he leans in and he braces for it. But maybe he could see on Will's face walking up, he's gonna get it.
And apparently there was some beef going on even back to some of the previous Oscars, and like both Jada Pinkett and Will Smith didn't attend another year's Oscar because Chris Rock was going to be on there, and apparently there's been beef going on for like a long time between those two. That was going to like bring them to a head.
Well, I heard that they both apologized and they're past it.
Okay, well,
So,
hey,
and that's great, but that's all people are still talking about. The memes are ridiculous.
I find it kind of funny
yeah.
how people are, saying, how dare Will Smith, this is an attack on comedians and this is like a horrible thing. I'm like, this is just a beef between two guys, all right? Yeah. It's their own kind of private beef that happened to be aired live on national TV. If this was anywhere else, it wouldn't make that much of a news deal.
No.
It's because it's the Oscars.
It was because it was like live.
Yeah. It was a live thing. It was a memorable point. So, hey, the Oscars were trying for years to bring up the ratings. Yep. Fights, man. Just imagine having nominee against nominee in a fucking grudge match.
Maybe that's how they win.
Is that going to be the new thing for Oscars now? Because I don't know if I like that, but I kind of want it at the same time.
Yeah. If it's like a close one, then they bring them out and they have to fight each other.
Like, I would love it, like, come on, having like Jessica Chastain versus Kristen Stewart for Best Actor, and having this in a ring.
Yeah.
Knocking each other out. Like, I'm a better actor now because I fucking build up my muscles.
That's right. No. What if they just have an act off? like in Zoolander, but instead of a walk off, it's an act off.
Well, they used to play like before. I don't know if they still do this now, but they stopped doing this for a while. They used to play like clips of the movies before each actor nomination, but they're trying to cut down the time. So they cut out that stuff. And that's one of the main reasons why I didn't watch the Oscars, because all the technical awards were ignored, and they skipped on that. Oh, big shout out to the movie Dune, which basically just tore open all the awards for technical, from like editing to cinematography to production design. Dune was a big winner for the special effects, so big shout out to them.
That's awesome.
But this whole thing with Chris Rock, and people are coming. I mentioned that too on Facebook. Like, yeah, Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock, but he kind of deserved that hit. It wasn't right for maybe Will Smith to do it at that moment because it was a big event and it was there. But yeah, Chris Rock was probably saying stuff, and apparently Chris Rock knew about the alopecia thing there too. And he says he doesn't, but I've read articles that says he does know.
Well, and I guess we're like friends. So why wouldn't he know then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I figured I feel like he was trying to use a lower form of comedy, and people would just be like, well, it's no excuse to hit a comedian. And I'm like, just because you're a comedian, that doesn't give you the free range to be
a dick,
insensitive to other people's medical condition.
Dick. Well, and even if you don't, like I had said, like, even if you don't know it's a medical condition, I think a lot of people are really sensitive about their hair. You can't control your hair no more than you can control, like how tall you are, or if your eyes go in two different directions.
Yeah.
Don't slap me.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Come on, look at these muscles here.
Come on, Pookie.
I can't fucking, I can't fight you with those muscles there, those guns you have in your show. Yeah.
I want to take you out.
So that was a big thing with there. I'm expecting next year those two will end up hosting the Oscars.
That would be very interesting and surprising.
Yeah, I bet you, or they'll come. I bet you anything those two will come out with like a buddy cop movie.
Oh, that would be funny.
So yeah, that was a big thing happened there at the Oscars. Hopefully it'll just kind of die down, because a lot of people are treating this shit like the goddamn Kennedy assassination.
Yeah, it's.
And like, wait, what was going on here? Because people are saying, well, Will Smith was laughing beforehand, and that's how it was staged. Or like you said before too, he kind of like leaning in and whatnot.
And even if he was laughing, maybe he's laughing from the previous joke and didn't catch it until he saw his wife's face. Like, I know I'm personally notorious for like not catching something until a couple minutes later, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I mean, it takes my brain. Sometimes it takes somebody's brain a few minutes to fucking catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, geez.
See, just do a break there, guys.
And you know what? Even if he did laugh at first, it didn't mean that it was uncalled for.
That's fair. All right. So moving on from there, before we do take a short little break, I gotta give some shout outs here to some wonderful people who shared our last episodes via Twitter. So thank you to all these wonderful shows who have supported us and shared our episodes. So I gotta thank us, no special order, Invasion of the Remake, Rate My Movies Podcast, The Crime Dinner Podcast, via VHS. We got a new person who's listened to us, Two Mexicans, One Mike,
Ooh.
Dads on Dayquil Podcast, Crimes and Roses, Spy Hearts Podcast, Shoot the Flick, That Song from That Movie, Cheap Seat Reviews, Anime Talk, new show, Two Idiots and a Dog,
I love it.
Pedestrian at Best, Your Next Favorite Movie, thank you Josh, Podtastic Audio, thank you Chris, I was on a previous episode of Chris, and Josh has been on a previous episode of ours as well, Saturday Morning Podcast, Mac, Pitsy Weirdo Podcast, Soundtrack to Your Life, River, Forza Crowd, Shot and Applaud, thank you Jen, Lydia, and Naomi from that group, and also thank you Ryan from Forza Crowd, Game for a Movie Pod. Oh, I should mention this too. On our last episode, both Film Rage and Game for a Movie Podcast shared our episodes and gave us quotes, and I don't think I mentioned them on the last episode, so I
Thanks,
apologize
guys.
totally immensely right
We
there.
appreciate you.
So thank you very much. Right now, we're going to take just a small little break right now, play some ad spots from some wonderful podcast shows and whatnot, and then we'll be back to talk about our favorite movies that needed sequels but didn't get one.
Yay! Sounds good.
And we have no music this time. Usually we try to play stuff from the Mercury Symphony,
Yep.
but right now those gents are working on stuff.
Yeah, they busy.
They're busy right now.
So you get the supple sound of silence.
Silence here. We'll be right.
We turn that down here
Oh.
closer.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Yay.
This one froze. This one froze.
Which rose?
I've been going back and forth to our close-ups because we are frozen here.
Oh shit.
Well, it's frozen on there, not.
Oh okay.
It's frozen on YouTube. It's not frozen on the.
Oh okay.
I'm not really sure how to fix that. No, it's frozen there, but it's not frozen here.
Oh, it's frozen. Okay.
So I'm not sure if it's frozen live.
Oh no, it seems to be working now.
Well, of course it is.
No, I know it's a little bastard.
That whole time.
Shit, really? Fuck.
Yes.
No, I know.
That was the dummy.
No, I don't.
So wait, were we frozen recording the show?
Oh, I don't know. No. It seems to be going. It may have been frozen earlier, but yeah, it's winning. You're winning now. Let's see.
The middle one's working now?
Okay.
Ain't that something? Typical.
No worries. Just let me know if there's any other flu. Oh, that thing in the background stopped working.
That's true.
Oh shoot, we didn't notice that.
I did, but there's nothing to do about it.
I I can tell you how to fix it, but I don't know why it's. I think it's just like prosumer tech. You know, like it just can't be bothered with.
So apparently we
Are we
had.
back live?
Are we back? We're back.
I'm just eating.
Just like
chocolate.
Danny Noller, we're good.
It's fine, you guys. Don't worry about it.
Listening.
Thank you very
My
much for.
uterine lining is shedding. I'm taking all the chocolate I can.
So apparently Vivian had some stuff to say here.
Oh, God.
Vivian the kid.
Vivian the kid says, "But Vern, you are a leather daddy." So thank you. we were talking about Oscar movies. She says, "Nope, but I watched Lars Ulrich eating a sandwich."
Delicious.
And it says, "These Oscar-branded movies, geez, we did a gold statue. Wow, that movie's probably bad." Yes,
said that?
The Dog Has Power by Eden Hoagies. Yes. Oh, hey, we got okay. So welcome back, everyone,
Hi.
to our Cinema Recall podcast show.
Where we recall cinema.
Yahoo!
In case you weren't aware.
Thank you very much for listening to those little ad spots. As I mentioned before, we do have a sponsor right now, ExpressVPN.com. ExpressVPN is a virtual private network that protects your account from hackers. Plus, you're able to access other streaming sites like Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, and more from other countries.
Which is awesome.
There's like a lot of shows and movies.
Did it again.
It did again. That's
Okay, we're
right.
just gonna ignore
We're,
it.
we're just going to go on from the show here. But you mentioned, too, there's like some shows from Australia
Yeah.
that you want to watch. But now ExpressVPN, you have a chance to do that. So right now you can get 3 months free by going to our site, expressvpn.com/cinemarecallpod. Sign up for there, and you will get 3 months of services. So it's going to be kind of
Yay.
a
So
cool
use
thing.
our link, you guys.
So it's going to be listed live on YouTube as well as on our website page. So yes, go on there.
Oh, guess what?
No, what?
No, I want you to guess.
Guess. Okay. Guess what? What?
You have to guess.
What is it? What? No, what? Tell me again, Ash. What?
Don't forget to tell people that I'm going to be on another podcast this week.
That's right. Our good producer host is going to make her first guest podcast appearance
Yes.
on a different show. It is Whatever with Jason Soto,
That is right.
part of the Rabbit Hole podcast team. She'll be live on the show with Lisa, Rob, and Jason.
Yep.
All of them, and you.
All of them. And me.
All right.
I get to dominate them all.
I've been on the show a couple times. Jason is a very great guy. You'll have a ton of fun.
Yeah, it should
And
be really great.
I cannot wait to do. When do you record that?
Tomorrow.
You really? Mm-hmm. Okay, very cool. And I signed up for his Patreon page, so I'll
You
be sure to.
did?
Yes, I did.
Hey,
So I'll listen to that episode early in advance there.
Aren't you cool?
What? Well, I will definitely post links on our website to that full episode.
Fantastic.
And I cannot wait to hear more about that. But that is epic and amazing.
That's super. It should be fun.
So we're trying to get Ashley onto more shows. Hint, hint, Richard Kirkham of the Lambcast. And also, I knew you took a hiatus, Chris Revel, but you can definitely get Ashley back onto another show. Maybe
Come on, Chris.
have her go into the Dwight Hurst podcast at Broken Banes. There's also Josh for your next favorite movie
Yeah,
podcast.
Chuck and Brad. Come on.
Yeah, Chuck
Come
and
on,
Brad.
Boys. Come on, boys.
Get him on the show.
Come on, boys.
All right. Before I mention this too, I did want to give a quick shout out to our wonderful Buy Me a Coffee members who have submitted buying us coffee, so they have a chance to win the Spider-Man 4K
Yes.
Blu-ray
Who
and the
is in the
Criterion.
running?
Well, anyone could be running here. So we got Chris Ball,
All right.
Lisa Leahy,
All right.
and Howard Kastner. Those are the three who are
Noobs.
noobs who are trying to win those prizes.
right.
But anyone has a chance right now. Like I said before, buymeacoffee.com/cinema recall. Get a chance to win 2 months of Criterion Channel or the Spider-Man No Way Home Blu-ray. Now, Spider-Man is a sequel
Yes.
to like a long franchise of
Yep.
movies. And Spider-Man goes like a whole way, and it's a very popular movie. And that's just a sad segue to talk about our topic, which is about movies that we wish had sequels,
Yes.
but never got one.
But never got one. Womp, 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 womp.
Did you have any? Like, I've got a few, but I want
I
to hear.
have one that's at the top of on the tip of my tongue.
Okay, what is that?
True Lies.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I really think that it would have been great to see a sequel with him working with his wife. Because, you know, she kind of got into it at the end. So I think it would have been cool to see a sequel with them.
I think it'd be great for a sequel if Jamie Lee Curtis' character was more like the main star.
Yeah.
And have Arnold be the supporting character.
Yeah. But I think that would have been great.
And have it how it'd be great too if Jamie Lee Curtis' character in that one was more like pro beating people up and being more pro violence.
Yeah.
And Arnold's like, no, I don't want to do this fighting anymore. And he'd be like this nervous person.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Behind her. No.
That would be funny. How about
I
you?
did as well. Well, one of the ones I had in my mind was a recent movie called Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that, but I saw the previews and it did look very good.
It's very good. It's about this guy, Christoph Waltz.
Mm-hmm.
He finds the spare parts for this robot
That's
girl,
right. Yeah.
and he builds her up, and she turns into this
Like
badass
the most badass.
badass fighter robot ever.
Isn't it because she has some sort of programming in her?
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
No, there you go with that phone.
I know that because I need to look up my pictures
You
here.
son of
I'm
a
sorry.
gun.
I need this on here so I can see what freaking things I'm referencing
Oh, that's okay.
for the movies because I will totally forget that I write these all stuff. I didn't get a chance to write these down, so I just took a picture of what I have there. And then another one I have here right now is Big Trouble in Little China.
That would have been so amazing. Like, because the way they ended it with the monster on
Yeah.
the back of the truck, that would have been so good. They could have done 2 or 3.
So I have a comic book series
Oh,
that picks up right after
I need
the
to borrow
movies.
it. I
And-
must watch. I must watch. I must read it with my eyes.
And apparently the head bad guy
Yeah.
in this, he actually comes back, and it's more of a story about how Jack Burton has to go back into the underworld to save, I guess, his main co-host, his main partner in crime.
Yeah.
His soul gets taken, and so Jack Burton has to go back into the underworld and kind of save him from this underground world of.
Is that the same sidekick as the first?
It is, yeah. It's the same
I
character.
forget his name.
I don't know his name either,
But
and
I
I'm
can see his face, but yeah.
And then other ones I had on here, I had Hannah, the Saoirse Ronan movie
yeah.
about the female assassin,
Yep.
who basically, it seemed like she had like some sort of genetic issues. And during the movie, you find out that there were other young kids that they were injecting these serums into to make them more of a badass fighter.
Oh yeah.
And so I wanted the sequel to
Like
go.
human weapons.
Yeah, I wanted the sequel to go more into like them
Sure.
as well and find out about the group. So
Yeah.
that was what I had in mind. And then Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah.
And they've been talking about Beetlejuice for like years.
For a long time. Well, you know which one they just wrapped? Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
They just wrapped on that
Okay.
one. So I'm really excited to see it. And they have the release date is on Disney Plus on Halloween of this year.
Did they? Really? Okay.
I just read that.
I just recently recorded an episode with Brianna, and I'm going to mess up the other lady's name that was on the podcast with me, and I apologize immensely. Brianna and Rachel, maybe it was. I'm gonna miss these people's name. I apologize immensely, but they used to have like a little podcast show from the Let's Chat Media team, and we did an episode about Hocus Pocus.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a lot of fun, really good times. I just wish I remember her name, and I wish Chris was here on the show to tell me who this person is. So apologize about that. I don't know if I guess I could have a sequel to I guess it depends too. I have not seen any trailers or ads for
No,
Hocus
I have
Pocus
not.
2.
I didn't even care. I just know. Well, that's not true. I recently, well, maybe it was last year, at Target, I bought it's the Hocus Pocus book, but it's the first part, and then there's a second part, which I haven't gotten to that. I mean, I bought it last year, and I haven't finished it, but it's like a continuation.
Okay.
So perhaps before it comes out, I should finish reading it and see if it's similar to the book or if it's totally off base completely.
All right. And I like the fact too there because a lot of times when movies are getting released, it gets spoiled way ahead of advance. And
I don't want to see any spoilers.
I'm
gonna be in the Lisa Leahy camp where I just don't watch any previews.
that would be a good idea for that.
Yeah, because I don't want it to be spoiled at all.
No.
Yeah.
Do you have any other ones you want to?
True Lies was really the only one I really was like. I'm sure there are others, but I really couldn't rack my brain because I was like, oh, what was anyone I thought of? I'm like, oh, that one already has. That one already had a sequel.
We got some great comments from other listeners. I do have a couple more on my list. I wanted to see Little Shop of Horrors have one. Even though it ends fine in either version, the theatrical or the director's cut.
Yeah.
But I want to see a movie where the plants, do take over.
Yeah.
And have a show about how are they going to destroy them. It'd be like Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
The silliness
like
of
The
that.
Walking Dead, but with
plants. And have like these big giant plant puppets everywhere and having songs. I kind of want to be in the same vein of like Shock Treatment compared to
Vine.
Oh, like that. But do you remember the movie The Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yes.
Well,
of course.
There's a sequel called Shock Treatment.
Oh.
Which I really wanted to see.
Yeah.
Because apparently people say that it's somewhat like better. The songs are better, but it's a sequel to that. It's just a very different style of movie.
Yeah.
And so I kind of wanted the Little Shop of Horrors sequel to be more in that vein. Like,
oh, sure.
So like the songs in Little Shop of Horrors are like 60s doo-wop.
Yes. Yep.
All right. So my idea for the Little Shop of Horrors remake would be like either 70s funk.
Oh, yeah.
Or like late 70s punk rock.
Oh, that would be, I think the late 70s punk rock would be epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just have it be kind of like in that vein or even 70s disco.
That would be fun.
That
would be
type of vibe of Little Shop of Horrors sequel.
Let's just make some like puppets out of paper bags. We'll make our own.
Made our own little okay. Oh.
Do you remember making puppets out of paper bags?
I do.
Just like my grandma would be like, "Oh, you're very bored, and I know you're bored because you're bothering me." Paper bags and markers for everyone.
Do you ever have the googly eyes on
the googly eyes?
Yeah.
Oh, we used to make like paper airplanes, and then we would decorate them and then race them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
It was the 80s, baby. We didn't have electronics.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a Nintendo, but we weren't allowed to play it all the time.
We got to do a show about all the old school gadgets.
Let's talk about the 80s.
That we had there. Do you remember this one device where you had a picture book and on each page they had like this little circular disc and you had to put like this record device on this machine.
No.
And then it'll play audio from the book.
No.
Don't you remember those? Mm-mm. Oh, I used to love those.
No, I don't remember that at all.
You just had like this big, huge like record player device.
We got way off topic.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
It's my fault. But
very cool.
You're gonna have to look after the show. Google it for me so I can.
I will share that with you.
You guys, I'm just eating chocolate.
So.
Shh. Listen.
Listen to the sounds of Ashley
the sound of the chocolate
as she drinks her chocolates.
I need all of the chocolate.
Okay, so we had some little announcements on our Twitter page, which is at cinema_recall, about people and what they said about sequels that they want to see. So Justin Ballard of Parents Night In wanted The Last Starfighter, which I have not seen. I know it's about a guy who plays video games. And
I haven't seen it either.
It's about a guy who plays video games and then he gets recruited by an alien civilization to help save the world.
Nice.
Because he's so good at playing video games.
Oh, that sounds similar to the Tim Allen movie, where the aliens come to recruit.
Oh,
them.
the Galaxy Quest.
Quest.
Yeah.
That would have been another one that would have been a great sequel.
Galaxy Quest would be a good one. I would totally get that.
That was such a great movie the first time.
But it can't be made without Alan Rickman.
I know. Oh, Alan.
We miss Alan Rickman. I can't do the movie without Alan Rickman.
Can't do it.
You got this Sigourney Weaver and Tim Allen and
Justin Long.
Yep, Tony Shalhoub was in there too.
Tony Shalhoub. I
mean,
love him. God,
the whole cast would be there, but without Alan Rickman, it
wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be the same. And
They didn't shoot their shot when they had it.
You can't get someone that type of role.
Nope.
No. You can't be like his brother. So I mentioned the House That Screams Horror podcast said Little Shop Horrors is in my top 10 of all time. Skin Trader wanted a sequel to Dread, the one with Carl Urban.
Okay.
Which is a freaking great movie in it by itself if you've never seen it.
I haven't seen it. I mean, I know of it.
Okay.
I just haven't seen it.
Oh, it's so good. Lena Headey's in this one. And of course, Josh from Your favorite movie agrees. Film Rage says this: I am vehemently opposed to sequels because I believe there are so many great books written every year. But if I'm forced to choose, and only 4, you, my friend. So we got this year's movie's X that came out in theaters.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Which would be good. The Thing 82 version, Let the Right One In because the second book is awesome, and Constantine.
I thought they were talking about doing a sequel. Was
Well-
I wrong?
Well, the thing, because now, Keanu Reeves is now working on the freaking John Wick movies,
Right.
and they're going to be shooting probably John Wick 4 later
Well,
on. So,
You
and
better
then
make room for some Constantine because that was a great character.
I wish you would have done that more than the fourth Matrix movie.
Yeah, that fourth Matrix movie was just a money grab, wasn't
It was very much a money grab.
what
And
a bummer.
it was kind of lame. And I will say this too. I think this was Jim from Film Rage that the movie X is going to be getting a prequel.
Ooh, all right.
That's going to be a cool thing. So check that out soon. So we have Alita Babe said Alita Battle Angel or Tron Uprising. I'm down for that. The 80s Movie Pod said I would have loved a Bull Durham sequel with a new towards the end of his career, mentioned an up and comer like he once was with Crash, what he learned over the years, if he matured, married, etc. There's a movie that Kevin Costner did later on called For the Love of the Game.
Yeah.
Directed by Sam Raimi, and I always thought that was a sequel to Bull Durham, but I could be wrong. Carlo at Thief CGT said The Rocketeer.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good.
The Rocketeer would have been really good. Us. Julian at It Goes Down in the PM said Alita Battle Angel. Serenity.
A lot of people think that. Okay.
Yeah. Serenity and Beetlejuice. All right.
Right on.
And the wonderful people from the podcast That Wouldn't Die said Big Trouble in Little China. And it says, I'm still waiting for Buckaroo Banzai 2 Against the World Crime League. I've seen Buckaroo Banzai, and I can totally understand why it's a beloved cult film. I just thought it was It was okay.
I haven't seen it, so I have no skin in the game.
Peter Weller plays this guitar guy who he plays this musician that gets involved with these crazy characters, and there's aliens, and it's got John Lithgow. It's a movie that I need to watch again because I didn't understand what the hell was going on in the storyline. I can't even tell you what the movie's about. That's how much I was invested in this. Mark and Steve from Movie Drones said Step Brothers.
Oh my God! Yes, that would have been epic.
John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell doing another movie together.
Well, because they're I mean, that would have been a good sequel because they were kind of, acting like kind of grown-ups.
Yeah.
They could have followed like where their sweet career went with Boats and Hoes.
What
was the name of their group?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It's
Gosh,
been a
I
long
love that
time
movie.
since I saw the movie. I might have to
good.
watch that one again now. And then over on Facebook, hey, Evan Urach,
Oh, hey, Abby. That's my brother. Hi.
he said Aragon.
Oh.
Is that good?
I believe I saw part of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ev, but it's a movie about a dragon, right?
I'm sure there are dragons involved with that.
I feel like it is very like dragon forward. But I've heard things about it from people who are, I think it's a fantasy movie, who are into that, and they really enjoyed it.
So
But when did it come out?
2006.
Yeah, okay, so like 15 years ago.
Yes. In the homeland of Air Alagazia, a foreign boy happens upon a Drayton's aid, a discovery that leads him on a unprecedented journey. Realize he's the one.
Nice.
There's always the one.
There's always the one.
One ring to rule them all.
Hey, sometimes there's 2 rings. Sometimes you get 3.
Daniel Lackey.
I don't know, I'm just talking out of my butt.
Daniel Lackey of TV Good Sleep Bad said Annihilation, which there's actually a trilogy of books involved with that.
Okay.
Annihilation had Natalie Portman, and she plays a scientist who's traveling with other women into this place called the Shimmer, where strange things are happening. And her husband, who has been missing for like years, and who was believed to be dead from going on this expedition earlier, comes back, but he seems different. He's not quite the same
not
as
quite
he
himself.
the same as he used to be. And spoilers for anyone who has not seen the movie. Apparently, there is a alien device that's cloning people and environments. So when he comes back, it's just the clone version.
Oh, spoiler indeed.
Yeah. So it,
Oh, well.
sorry.
You know, okay, well, you said Natalie Portman, which
Yeah.
then made me think of V for Vendetta,
Oh, okay.
because that was such a good movie.
That was very good.
And was that based on a comic?
It was very much Alan Moore written comic. Yeah.
So I imagine, because I haven't read the comics, but I imagine there's more to the story than the little part that we got.
I'm pretty sure you can expand that into like a series.
Yeah.
And because I know like the Watchmen,
Yeah.
they came out with like their prequel comics that were written by the
Yep.
people.
Yeah.
So if you did do a sequel to V for Vendetta, I would see it more as like maybe a prequel of what happened with that.
Sure.
I don't know. I can see it.
I just really liked her in that movie, and I liked, I just liked I liked the whole movie. So if I could get more of those characters, that would be.
Even if I describe the ending to Annihilation, that still is not going to ruin the movie for you, because if you don't know for sure, I just told you what happened to that
one
person.
guy, sure.
I did not tell you exactly what's going to happen to her and her team when she goes into this place.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Richard Kirkham of the Lamp Cast said The Nice Guys.
Is that the Will
No,
Ferrell?
that's the Russell Crowe.
Oh, Russell Crowe.
And the guy from like Drive and The Notebook, Ryan Gosling. Yes.
How dare you?
Sorry. We're not like best friends or anything, but
Come on,
after this, we're probably not going to be friends at all. Sorry, Ryan. He's in La La Land, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. So yeah. So have you seen The Nice Guys?
No.
Oh God, you got a DVD player, right?
No.
You don't have it. You don't even have a DVD. You have Hulu, right?
Yes.
It's on Hulu.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Okay,
I'll throw it on tonight when I get home.
It's a very funny movie. Basically, Uslin plays a failed PI detective, and Russell Crowe's character is basically a muscle for hire. And while Ryan Gosling is trying to investigate, he's hired by this one girl to investigate the disappearance of her daughter. Well, the daughter hires the muscle to make sure that Ryan Gosling stops following her. And then it becomes this whole political involvement with it's done by Shane Black, who did Lethal Weapon and
I
Kiss
like
Kiss
that.
Bane Bane.
Yeah, okay. I like Shane Black. Is it?
Yeah, The Last Action Hero.
All of those are good.
Yeah, so
I'll probably really enjoy this.
it was a very fun movie. And then our good buddy Emily Stachowak. I'm sorry, Nate Dog, and I don't know how to pronounce his name right, and I apologize immensely, Emily. But she said at the time, Aragon and The Golden Compass. All right. I have not seen either one of those, but that sounds good. Matthew Geiger said Dread, of course.
Oh, Matt. Hi, Matt.
One of our future guests of the podcast, or maybe I'm appearing on his podcast, Robbie Sherman of Let's Chat said, he agrees on Dread. He says this: Dread is one of the best comic book adaptations ever made, and it came and went with a hardly genuine fuss made. Shame. They got a couple other ones on here. Nick Rehack of French Till Sunday said Rock and Rolla, which I know is done by the same guy who did Locked, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch, which I cannot for the life of me remember that director's name now, and I'm pretty sure people are right now in the comments are yelling.
Isn't it Richie?
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie,
Thank
yeah.
you very much. She married Madonna.
I did it, you guys. I pulled my weight.
And finally, Matt Hoffmeyer of Movies, Films, and Flits said Deep Rising.
I don't know if I know of that movie at all.
I know there has to be. I know Treat Williams was in this movie, and I know I did not see it, so that's why I am looking it up right now. It says Deep Rising is about a group of heavily armed hijackers board a luxury ocean liner in South Pacific Ocean only to do battle with a series of large-sized animals or creatures.
Okay.
So it's like a heist movie, and then it becomes a shark movie or a creature movie.
That's kind of fun.
And that's all I really know from that. So, yeah. So that's very, very cool. Oh, hey, we got a comment here. Well, we got Chris in the house right now.
Hey, Chris.
Hello, Chris. Chris
Hi,
says
buddy.
that he loves your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Hold on, I'll let you have a better look.
No, so, oh, wait, no. I think this is Chris. We got a title called Ruffy
Your shirt or
1092.
my shirt?
I think, is he talking about my show? Sorry, Ruffy 1092. But the image here looks like Chris Revel. So I don't know if he changed his name or not. So.
Who knows?
And then Jason commented, "What's up?"
What's
so,
up?
hello, Jason. We kind of gave a shout. We did a little plug to your show, Jason. That Ashley's going to be a guest on your program, and I'm very, very excited for that.
Very, very.
But I loved all those suggestions for movie sequels.
Yeah, those are great, you guys.
Oh, and I just wanted to give a quick little.
You know what little movie I thought really could have used a sequel?
What's that?
I'm just kidding, Jurassic Park. I'm just being a fucking pain in the ass. What the hell is that?
Is that Jurassic Park happening now? Was that?
I don't know what that was. Did you hear that?
I did too.
I looked around like, I don't know why I decided to say something so
That was such a
ridiculous.
great thing too, because do you remember when you first saw Jurassic Park in theaters?
Yeah.
And
It blew my mind.
when that sound came on, that boom, and the whole seats kind of shook,
Yeah. Oh, it was so good.
and he's got that vibes, that
Yeah.
goosebumps
Yeah.
going through the systems. And I was so excited too, even before the movie, when it says they had like a picture of a CD,
Yeah.
and it says this film is made with digital sound. Like, yes.
Ooh, yeah. Digital sound.
We're like, oh yeah, we're getting all high tech here with our
That's
digital
right.
sound, and it's gonna be freaking epic and
It'd be
amazing.
great, you guys.
All right, so I had to just
All
quickly.
of the high techness.
So all right, so is there Battle Angel 2? All right, so it had a huge support there. There's no sequel because Robert Rodriguez has just been doing other projects right now, folks. He's been shooting because he's been shooting the Book of Boba Fett
Oh.
on Disney Plus, and he shot that Billie Eilish concert film
Okay.
for Disney.
All
So
right, so he's got some shit
he's
going
got
on.
some-
Disney got him in his pocket.
100% they got his pocket there.
Yep.
All right. But yeah, that is basically what I have right now
Nice.
for our show. Yeah, by all means, folks, like I said, we're trying to keep things a little bit short for this one, but that's
Yep.
all right. If you're looking to have a guest on shows, Ash is here.
Me.
I myself am here for shows. If you want to be on,
I hate to shamelessly plug how hilarious I am. Usually I'm funnier, but there's a full moon rising. The red
There-
tide has rolled
I
in.
see a full
no.
moon. Bad moon rising. Sorry.
Bad mood. Yeah, it's like The Shining. It's the elevator doors.
Oh.
It's a real problem, you guys.
Oh.
I have the red devil in my belly.
The Red Devil.
The red devil.
Okay, we do a couple comments here from our page that I wanted to read off right now.
Comments.
So Vivian the Kid, he said, Suburban Commando.
Oh my God.
Not only
First of all-
he says not only an Oscar winner, but a needed sequel.
Okay, a needed sequel, sure. I would watch that actually.
He also mentions too that the movie The Apple needs a sequel.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so I have to tell you what this movie is about.
In private, is this a?
No, we can share this on the show.
Is it not?
It's-
It's appropriate.
It's actually, yes.
I don't trust Viv. I really don't. Sorry, babe.
I totally get that too. But here, I actually have to read you the whole description on
The
Wikipedia.
synopsis?
Okay, so the Apple was released in 1980, also called Star Rock.
Oh.
So, The Apple is a 1980s science fiction musical comedy. It stars Catherine Mayer Stewart as a young singer named Bibley, who, in futuristic 1994,
Oh.
signs to an evil music.
Oh no.
It deals with themes of conformity versus rebellion and makes use of biblical allegory, including the tale of Adam and Eve.
So it is right up Viv's alley.
There's a sequence in this movie where this lady, there's like a whole bunch of like motorcycles. I
Yeah.
gotta play this clip later on, but there's like a whole clip about it's the most
Amazing.
hysterical thing
Amazing.
I've ever seen. I would put that up there with like a very low grade version of Phantom of the Paradise.
Oh, I don't know what that is either.
Oh, Phantom of the Paradise is so great. It's so cheesy and wonderful. But it's like a lower grade version of that. Oh, we gotta do like an episode of all like very weird, crazy musical shows.
You really should. You gotta school me, buddy. I don't know shit.
All right, we'll definitely. We gotta bring a guest on for that one. That if we do an episode on the Apple, I gotta bring on Lydia, Jen, and Naomi from Shots and Applaud
All right.
to have them talk about that movie with us. All right. So, as always, folks, thank you for checking out this little mini episode of Cinema Recall
thanks, guys.
Podcast as we talked about some of our movies that we wanted to have sequels to. And right now, another one I want a sequel to,
What?
Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh.
Kind of like building
It
to something
kinda does.
more.
That's true.
And I like those ladies.
It's not like I didn't like it. I just wasn't expecting it to be so comedic. I was expecting kind of like the first ones, like drama, comedy.
I don't know. The first one was pretty comedic based
good.
right there.
It was, but it wasn't like goof.
Goof
It
at-
wasn't goof comedy.
You know what the 2016 version reminded me of? The cartoon
Scooby-Doo?
show. What?
It reminded me of Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, okay.
Like the live version of Scooby-Doo.
The one with Matthew Lillard?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Scrappy-Doo.
Okay.
The fucking Scrappy-Doo one. Because, hello, like, Chris Hemsworth's, like, dancing, and, like, he's, like, a ghost. He's, like, possessed. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It wasn't where I thought it was going at all, that's for sure.
That's fair. But at the end, you bring back in Sigourney Weaver's character, and then they're like finding like Gozer and
Yeah.
whatnot. So the sequel probably would have been really terribly bad, but I want to see how terribly bad that was going to be.
I would have watched it.
All right. But anyways, folks, that's it right now. Please check out all of our past episodes, cinemarecall.net. Quick shout out here to all of our wonderful Patreon subscribers, and I thank you very much. Wait, did we freeze? Wait, we're back. I can't tell. All right, so we're going to quick shout out here to our wonderful Patreon subscribers right now before I forget this. So Matt of Matchley at the Movies, thank you. Jeanette Miller-Mickenham from AKA Jeanette. Linda Castro from Bed Knobs and Broomflits. Mr. Jason Soto from Rabbit Hole Podcast. Thank you, Jason.
Soto.
Chris Revel of Let's Chat Media. Harvey Andrus of our band, Your Ex-Girlfriend.
Hey.
We're going to be playing live April 13th at Mortimer's Bar. And then
Come on down.
Donnie Roberts, who's hosting our bonus shows, and he has his own book series called Deep Sea Anthologies. Thank you very much, Donnie. So cinemarecall.net, Facebook, Cinema Recall Podcast, Instagram, Cinema Recall, Twitter, at cinema_recall. Don't forget, 3 months free for ExpressVPN, expressvpn.com/cinemarecallpod. Also,
I'm gonna check that out because I wanna see that show.
yeah, you should. And then also, contest going on right now at Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.com/cinemarecallpod. Our Patreon is patreon.com/cinemarecallpod. Thank you all, everyone, for checking out the show. Thank you, everyone, in the live show for checking us out here. Appreciate
Thanks for
that.
all of your comments.
And we'll be back again next week, next Tuesday, probably around the same time. If you're interested in being a guest, please send either myself or Ashley a message, and we will get you on the show ASAP, all right?
ASAP-aroo.
We're still kind of frozen on here.
I don't know what to tell you. It's choppy today. It's choppy today.
So we're going to see if this is going to work or not.
It's choppy.
Because, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.